Hello Year 2, it is Friday the 12th of February and it is our phonics session. So it is our last phonics session of the week and also our last phonics session of this half term because next week it is half term and we have a week off from our home learning. We're going to start our phonics video today saying a big well done to our EdShed winners for this week. So I will keep checking throughout the day, and if it is that our leaderboard changes throughout the day, then I will send some extra Marvellous Me badges to let you know. But at the minute, at my last check, in third place with the third highest score for the week, we have got Jessie. So well done, Jessie. You are currently in third place. In second place, we have currently got Dante. Big well done to you. And in first place, we've got two people at the moment. We have got Daisy W and Chris. So they are our leaders at the minute. So a big well done to you four. I will send your Marvellous Me badges over and I will keep checking the leaderboard all through the day. And if it is our leaderboard changes by the end of Friday, I will send some extra badges over as well. So a big well done. Well done if you know you have been on EdShed, and please keep practicing because you have got hopefully to do your spelling test today. We'll hopefully see lots and lots of 10 out of 10s at the end of the day. So phonics, Friday the 12th of February. So at the start of the week then, we thought about the suffixes ed and we thought about using the suffix ing, okay? And we have had a practice, doing a really super job, thinking about those suffixes. Remember, we added those suffixes onto verbs, okay? And when we added ed, it meant it was happening in the past. And then we said that ing often could mean that it is happening now. I am jumping. I am waving. Okay, but we could also use was to make it past tense as well. So we're going to have a practice. We're going to just revisit some words with those suffixes on, seeing if we can read them, and then we are going to teach and learn about our new suffix for today, our final one of the week. Okay, I think see if you can read that word. We'll put our sound buttons under. So that one, remember we thought about the different sounds that ed can make at the end. Have a go at that one. Played, played. See if you can pop that one into a sentence. Tell your grown-up a sentence with played in. Okay, you're ready? Next one. Ook. What sound does it make at the end of that word? Looked. Looked. So often we said we might want to put a T at the end of that word if we were writing it. It is the word looked. I looked out of the window. What sentence can you come up with that one? Okay, so pop our sound buttons under to help us to read this one. Okay, so we go. You might have already done. Out. It shouted. I think we had the boy shouted to his friend in one of our phonics sessions, didn't we? The boy shouted to his friend. Okay, we've got our ing words then. So look at words with the suffix ing. We've had this verb as a tricky word. Work, ing, working. You are all working really hard. Again, we've had this sound. This is a word we had recently. Remember what that word says? Talk, talking, talking. You are talking to your grown-up about your learning. Okay, so we think about what we are learning today then. So we are thinking today about the final suffix of the week, and it is ER. What sound does ER make? It's a digraph, isn't it? What sound can ER make? It can make an sound, can't it? It can make an sound, and often that way of writing the sound often comes at the end of the word. Now we are adding ER today onto verbs. Really good, we know what verbs are now, don't we? Tell your grown-up what are verbs. Verbs are action words, aren't they? Action words, things that you can do. So we are thinking about adding the suffix er onto verbs, and we have talked about how when you add a suffix to the end of a word, it can change the meaning of the word. And that is the same when we add er. Now, when we add er, it changes a verb to a noun. We add er to change a verb to a noun. And we thought about verbs and nouns in our literacy session, didn't we? So we know that verbs are action words, whereas nouns are names of objects or things or people. So when we add er to the verb, it changes it to a noun. Let's think of some examples. Okay, so this little boy is painting. So our verb, what he is doing, is the verb paint. Okay, so we're going to add er to the word paint, and it changes it to a noun. So if we add er to the word paint, we have the word painter. And a painter is the name of a person, isn't it? A person can be a painter, maybe for their job, or it changes it to a noun. So a person who paints is called a painter. That is now a noun. The verb is a noun. The verb paint is an action, and we've now changed it to a noun. A person who paints is a painter. Look at the next one. Oh, this person. The verb we've got is sing. So a person who can sing is called a singer. A singer. You have a go at writing singer. Okay, a singer. I'll have a little go. Just like our masked singer that we've been having in school. We have got some singers, haven't we, in school? People who sing. So I keep my verb the same, sing, and then I'm going to add my suffix at the end. I'm going to add er, sing. So our verb is staying exactly the same. There's no change to how we are spelling the verb. We are just adding er to the end, the suffix er. Person who sings is a singer. Oh, so this is a person who cleans. The verb is to clean. So he is a cleaner. I think he looks like he might be cleaning windows with that really, really long brush there. So he is a cleaner. You have a go. Remember, about the same spelling. Clean, E for bead. Clean. And add er. Cleaner. Person who cleans is a cleaner. Super. Okay, now some words are nouns that end in er, but the er isn't the suffix. Okay, so this word, let's have a read of it together. Lob, lobster. A lobster's a noun, isn't it? A lobster is a sea creature. Okay? A lobster, a little bit like a crab. But er this time is at the end, but it hasn't been added on as a suffix to make the noun like those other words. Because if we took er off, there isn't a verb, a lobst, is it? To make a lobster. So not all words that end in er are using a suffix to change a verb from a noun. Same with this one then. Pepper ends in er, but if we took er off the word, there isn't a verb pep. Okay? So not all of the words that end in er will be suffixes. So I want to play a little game of odd one out now. Okay? I'm going to play a little game of odd one out. So what we're thinking about is our words that end in the suffix er are where we have changed a verb to make a noun. So I'm going to show you 3 words on the board that end in er. 2 of them are ones where we have changed a verb to a noun by adding er, but one of them isn't. I want you to see if you can spot the one that isn't. Which one isn't a verb changed to a noun by adding er? I'll have a little read. We've got player. We've had this one in our comprehension session. Remember the O? Remember what sound the O makes in that word? It makes an O sound. So brother. And then walker, player, brother, and walker. So have a little think. You might want to write down which one you think is the odd one out, or you can shout it out or tell your grown-up. Which one of those is not a verb with er added on to make a noun? Player, brother, or walker? What do you think? Did you say it was brother? So brother ends in er, but it hasn't changed a verb to a noun by adding er. If we took er off, we are not left with a verb, are we? So well done if you said brother. Let's do a different one. Let's see what we've got this time then. Oh, we've got sh. Let's think that can make an ow sound. Or it can make an o sound. Let's think sh, ow, sh, ow, shower, sh, hour, eat, cheetah. Okay, that's spelt a little bit differently, like the animal cheetah. We're not thinking about the animal cheetah there. We're thinking about a person who cheats. And helper. Shower, cheetah, or helper. Which one's the odd one out this time? Which one is not a verb with er added to make a noun? Did you say it was shower? We took er off the end of shower. We're not left with a verb, are we? Okay, final one then. Let's see what we have got. Camp. Fighter, or it's whisper. Camper, fighter, or whisper. Which one do you think is the odd one out this time? Think. Did you say it was whisper? Okay, so camper is a person who camps, a person who goes camping. A fighter is a person who fights. But whisper, if we take er off the end of whisper, we are not left with a verb. We are not left with an action. So our other er words we've had then where a verb changes into a noun. We've had camper and fighter. A cheater. Gave you that one a little bit, didn't I? So a person who cheats, maybe a person who cheats at games, would be a cheater. A person who helps is a helper. A person who plays is a player. I bet you like watching, some of you like watching, you've got favourite football players. And a person who walks is a walker. I bet you did a good job at that one. Right, I've got some pictures now. And these pictures are all showing nouns. Now, not all of them are people though. So we have thought about people who do things, but I've got a couple of objects that are nouns that can end in the suffix er. So have a little look at the picture. You might want to pause the video and see if you can tell your grown-up and read, or say, not read, say which nouns you think we've got. They all end in er. So we've got two objects. And then we've got some people. See if you can work out what those nouns are. Give it a pause and have a little think. Okay. Right. I bet you got lots of them. So this machine is a printer. It prints. So it is a printer. Print is the verb, what it does, and we've changed it to a noun, printer. Okay, what did you say this person was? This person, I think, is a gardener. A gardener. Okay, what about him? He is a farmer, isn't he? He's a farmer, a person who farms. This is a toaster. So the action verb is to toast, and it's a toaster. We've got a person who plays golf, so he is a golfer. He is a cricketer. Oh, so that would be another one. A cricketer, but he is bowling the ball, so he is a bowler. The bowler. We've got a surfer, and we've got a teacher. Printer, gardener, farmer, toaster, golfer, bowler, surfer, teacher. And what we're going to do now is play a little memory game. So what I'm going to do in a minute, I'm going to cover up those pictures, and I want to see how many you can remember and write down. Okay, to see how many you can remember and write down. So have a final little look. Printer, gardener, farmer, toaster, golfer, bowler, surfer, and teacher. Have a final look, and I want you to get your whiteboard and pen ready, and I want you to have a see how many of those you can remember and write down without looking at the picture. Okay, final look. I'm going to turn it off now, and I want you to pause the video, and I want you to have a see how many of them you can remember and write down. Okay, and then I'll put the pictures back on. So when you think you've got as many of them as you can, I'll put the pictures back on and see if you can spell the extra ones as well. Okay, have a little think first. The video will pause, have a little see which ones you can remember first. Okay, have a count up how many you remembered. I'm going to put the pictures back on now. And what I'd like you to do is any that you might have forgotten. I mean, you might not have forgotten any of them. You might have got all of them. So put the pictures back on, and if you've forgotten any of them, see if you can write them down now. Okay, so we've got printer, gardener, farmer, toaster, golfer, bowler, surfer, and teacher. You pause the video now. You can have a little write down if there were any that you missed. Okay, and show them our words on the board. So we've got printer. Printer. Toast. Toaster. Golf. Golfer. And bowl. So we needed O, like in snow and grow, for bowler. Teacher. We had E for bead in teacher. Surfer. Surfer. It was UR in the word surfer, making the sound, but well done if you sounded out if you got a different sound, because you've still listened and thought about the sounds. Garden is quite a long one, isn't it? So odd, garden, gardener, and farmer. Well done if you got all of those. I would love to see a photo of your boards to see how well you have done. Okay, let's have a little read of our sentence to apply what we've thought about today, and then you can have a little go at writing one of your own. So the chef, that's our CH making a sh sound. The chef was the O, makes an O sound, owner. So if you own something, you are the owner of it. Okay, the chef was the owner of a blender, a machine that blends things up, and a mixer, a machine that mixes things up. The chef was the owner of a blender and a mixer. Okay, I would like you then to have a go now. See if you can write 3 of your own sentences using the suffix er. So you may want to choose the words that we had a go at writing down. You may want to have a write of a sentence with those ones in, or we also thought about some other ones as well. So have a little look back. You might want to go back through the video and see which other words with the suffix er we've thought about, remembering that it's where we've changed a verb into a noun. So have a little try. 3 of your own sentences. See how well you do, and get your grown-up to send us a photo for your Friday phonics work, please. We can't wait to see how well you've done, and I hope you have a super half term, and then we'll be back with some more brilliant home learning afterwards. Okay, can't wait to see your work from today. Don't forget to keep on EdShed, and don't forget your spelling test as well. Okay, well done you two.